Hi, I'm Ben Heitoff. I'm the fitness manager at Genesis Health Club's Rock Road, and I'm going to be taking you through our stretching series that we try to train all of our new trainers on. And we like to end our personal training sessions with this. It's a great way for the clients to look forward to something. We know the static stretching might not have the long-term results, but it's a great way to finish a workout. So let me walk through kind of our basic template that we start with. The first thing we're going to do, make sure that the client knows the stretch that you're going to go into each time. We're going to start with a straight-legged, kind of a hamstring and calf stretch here. Now, depending on the tightness of the person, might depend on the next one you flow to, but the easiest one I would tell you is bend this knee a little bit, so a soft bend, and then we're going to push here, and this is going to get just the hamstring. If they have really, really tight calves, it's not going to only stretch the calves, and you'll allow that hamstring to be lengthened. You feel that? Great. Ask for feedback from them as we're stretching. Typical rule of thumb is anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds that you're going to hold. Come back to straight leg again. Straighten your leg. Come on, straighten it. Play with them a little bit. There you go. And then from here, you might back off just a tad. We're going to do a toe pull down, and we're going to get into that calf. You will notice he's shaking a little bit, so we know a little tight. You'll get physical feedback from them based on if they're fighting you hard on the leg, facial expressions, or they'll just yell at you and let you know when it's too far. Usually after that, let it come down, relax, let some blood flow go in. You're going to turn the toe out, so we actually rotate at the hip. We're going to pull out to the side. If you notice, I'm using my body at each stretch. So if you get someone with maybe a heavier leg, it's big, instead of trying to muscle it, just use your body, put it into position. You want to make sure that we're not letting this other leg where it comes off. To give you an example, if I go too far, you see how he's going to compensate and rotate there. If you need, you can put a hand here just above the knee, just keep that leg down, or you just change your angle a little bit here. This is both a hamstring and an adductor stretch, kind of both. When you want to go to just adductor, just pop the knee again. We're going to let the knee fall out. Yep, he's going to relax, and then that knee is going to go down. Don't try and cram this knee super far up. We don't want to cause some impingement issues at the hip. Stay about even with the hip and push down there, and you'll get feedback from them. Don't apply too much force here would be my advice. You can see some people with just higher risk of some subluxation or just uncomfortable for the person. From here, I would go into hip circles. This is just circumduction. Honestly, it just feels great on a person. You want to stay wider outside of the body. Don't go where you're internally rotating into the hip and you're causing some impingement. Stay wide with it. You're going to do anywhere from 5 to 10 circles, not too fast, not too slow. And we want to make sure we're going both directions on that as we go. Feels good. Yep. He's starting to relax a little bit, which is good. You go into a straight leg. Rest for a second here. Let some blood flow go down to the leg. Now you're going to keep this leg straight. I'm going to angle over here. His leg is locked. I'm going to walk this foot up just towards the shoulder or the back wall, if you will. And then once you start to see him fighting a little bit, it's getting a little shaky, I can pop my knee here and I can keep that leg from moving. Okay, so he's pinned. I'm in an easy position. Again, I don't even have to use my hands if I don't need to. And then I can just make sure this leg's trying to stay straight. Okay, and then from there you can go into another toe pull to get a different angle of the calf. And yep, breathe. Back off a little if you need. If you're having a hard time and they're feeling really tight in the calf or right behind the knee, point the toe, walk it up, and you'll feel it more into the hamstring. Now, the next transition from here, back off a little bit, grab the shoe, and you're going to bend the knee a little bit. You're going to let them rotate over so that's kind of even with the shoulder. I'm going to apply force above the ankle, and I'm just going to walk forward a little bit, and then we're going to start working on the external rotators of the hip. We're going to start with that knee just outside of that shoulder, and then you'll rotate over to here where the knee is kind of even with the chin, and you'll feel it into a different spot at the hip. Yep, right into the glutes. And then you can do that a couple of times, and then if you want, you can put your body into it, push forward, or if you're strong enough, just use your arms with that stretch there. Okay? Come back down, let the leg release, and that's your basic starting stretching series for any trainer. Now we're going to be going through some of our quad stretch series that we have. The first one we're going to go into is our side lying one. So Steven, I'm going to have you roll into your right side here. A couple of things with this one. One is it's important. You do want to let them know your hand is going to be in the small of their back just to pin the pelvis. We don't want to have any pelvic rotation. And then you're going to be grabbing right at the ankle here. So nope, let your knee down and rotate back. So first one is we're just going to pull here. Okay. This is almost more of a hip flexor into a quad stretch. And then from here, you can bend the knee more into deeper flexion, pulling the knee back, and then you feel it more into the hip. You'll notice some people, what they want to do, if you just pull, they just let the hip open, they just rotate at the spine, and we're not really getting into the quad. So make sure it's someone you feel comfortable with having their hand right on the top part of the pelvis and the small of the back. If you don't feel it's appropriate for everyone, you can definitely skip this one, but it's a great quad one to get into. You can also use this as an PNF is also a nice way to get the quad stretch here. If I want to say, hey, Steven, push against my hand as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, and immediately you'll get more length on someone every time. So it's a great one to start to throw that one in there. Okay, and that's your sideline quad stretch. Now we're going to be going through another quad and hip flexor stretch. This one is a end lying at the table. Again, make sure it's someone you feel pretty comfortable with. We are kind of getting into their space a little bit. So I'm going to have Steven lay back on his back, and he's going to bring his left knee up. Okay, left knee comes up, and then this one, I'm going to have it pinned right into my chest. If you notice, as soon as I push and that knee starts to come up, we know we have some tightness in the hip flexor. So before you do anything, you can push that down to a neutral, get into the hip flexor. I'm going to release after that, and then I'm going to use my foot, pull this leg back, and he's going to feel that right into that quad in that hip flexor. Yep. Yeah. And now when they get pretty tight, you're going to notice this foot's going to want to move and kick you. So that's your signal with it. Sometimes you might have to release off a little bit and then walk it back a little bit more. If you need, and they're coming up pretty high, you can push down and then do a little pull. Just don't probably drop that knee lower than the hip. Stay about there, and then just really focus on the quad. And again, you're going to hold anywhere 15 to 30 seconds with this one. I usually go anywhere from 10 to 15, give them a release, and then go back into the stretch there. There you go. Now we're going to be going into an upper body stretching series. There's a couple of different angles and a couple of different things you can stretch based on the person. I'll run you through kind of what I've seen work as like a systematic approach. The first thing is have the person sitting on the edge of the table facing out. Arms are going to go straight out to the side in the straight arm fashion. Your palms will face forward. I'm going to put my knee here, so I have my knee right in the middle of his back. From here, my hands go above the elbows to start with this person. Okay, it's a shorter lever, and then I'm just going to pull back, and we're going to get into a pec stretch and a little bit of a deltoid stretch. Make sure the person's still breathing. Again, you'll feel them fighting, if you will. We're going to release from there. Turn your palms forward, and then I'm going to go lower down, and now we have a longer lever. And you're going to feel like we can get a lot more depth. Keep your head straight up, Steven. There you go. Are you breathing? I can't tell. A little bit. Okay, yep. Okay, so we're releasing there. Now we're going to get a little bit more of a bicep stretch. So I'm going to keep you right there. Let your hands fold back on both sides here. Wrist fold. Okay, now I'm going to pull back. And when I pull in, now we're getting a forearm stretch, a bicep stretch, a pec stretch as well. And if you notice, as I pull back further, he's going to feel that even a lot more, right? Okay, we're going to release, let him rest for a second. Go ahead and take both hands right behind your head. Okay, and if you have someone that has labral issues, I wouldn't go to this position, but otherwise you're okay. And then you're just going to pull straight back, and you're going to feel a stretch through the pecs and a little bit into the deltoid. Okay, we're going to release, drop this arm down. This arm's going to go up and above. Yep, and then from here we're going to get into a tricep and a little bit of lat stretch, so you can pull down, push over, and then do the same thing that you would on the other side. Little tricep, little lat stretch. Those would be kind of your basic ones to start. Again, I went a little quicker through, but you can take anywhere 15 to 30 seconds on all those. Now we're going to go into a mid-trap and a rhomboid stretch on people. That's a tight area on a lot of people. We're going to have in a quadruped position on the table. You're going to put one hand on the shoulder here. We're going to do an extended handshake at the wrist. Steven's going to grab my wrist pretty tight as well too. And then I'm just going to push him away and pull the arm through. And you're going to feel that stretch all the way through there. And then if you want to do one other kind of chest opener stretch, put the right hand on the back of your head. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate him up. And then we have another chest opener, T-spine rotation stretch.